Good evening, my dear listener, and welcome to tonight's episode, The Pirate Bay, a place where shadows dance with the moonlight and secrets lurk in every whisper of the night. I am Estelle Le Faye, your guide through this nocturnal adventure. Tonight, I'll take you on a journey you won't soon forget. Or perhaps you will. After all, memories are fickle things, aren't they? The weather forecast predicts a chill in the air later, so don't forget your coat. And perhaps a weapon or two. Strictly for slicing through the fog, of course. The night is warm, the air thick with the scent of salt and danger. As you step onto the wooden docks, you can almost hear the ghosts of old pirates whispering tales of lost treasures and broken promises. Or perhaps it's just the wind playing tricks on your mind. Here, nothing is as it seems. Do you hear that? The tavern is alive with music and revelry. Listen closely, and you might hear the legend of the cursed gold, said to bring doom to any who dare to possess it. Or was it the legend of the mermaid's tear? It's hard to keep track, really. Follow me down this path where moonlight dances on stones so black. Find the cove when tides draw back. Follow stars that in the sand do gleam. Through paths where bones of lost souls dream. An ancient oak by time twisted and bent, marked with Neptune's trident, is where the light is set. Press its heart to find a way. Steps to darkness where shadows play. Guardians of the deep, beware. Only the pure can claim the tear. Glory and doom, both entwined. May the winds guide your mind. But you didn't hear that from me. It could be anywhere, really. You stand on the shore, the ghostly riddle echoing in your mind. Moonlight paints the rocks silver, and you scan the coastline, searching for the elusive cove the ghost spoke of. Close your eyes, breathe in the night, and let the magic of this place steal your soul. Seep into your soul. Look to your left, and you'll see the grand ship, the Black Siren, anchored in the bay. Her sails flutter like dark wings against the starlit sky. The crew? A band of misfits and rogues, each with a story more colorful than the last. They say the captain, a fierce man with eyes like the sea, knows where every treasure is to be found. But then again, they say a lot of things, don't they? As you approach the grand ship, the Black Siren, you can feel the weight of countless legends bearing down upon you. Her dark sails flutter silently, like the wings of a waiting raven. Standing at the helm is the captain, a fierce man with eyes like the sea, dark curly hair, and a well-kept beard. A single loop earring catches the moonlight, and his grounding, intelligent gaze seems to pierce right through you. "So you've come," he says, his voice steady and deep as the ocean. "I've heard whispers of your presence in the bay. Estelle speaks highly of you, but I wonder, are you truly up for the task I have in mind?" His eyes, the color of stormy seas, lock onto yours, and you feel a shiver down your spine. "I need something," he continues, "something only a soul as brave, or perhaps as foolish, as you can retrieve. There is a map hidden in the governor's mansion, a map that leads to a treasure beyond your wildest dreams. But be warned, it is guarded by traps and secrets as old as the bay itself." He hands you a piece of old parchment, its edges yellowed with age. "This will guide you," he says. "But remember, trust no one, not even me, and especially not Estelle. The mansion is a labyrinth, and every step you take will be fraught with danger." His gaze softens just a fraction, a glint of something almost like admiration in his eyes. "But if you succeed, the reward will be greater than you can imagine." With the map clenched tightly in your hand, you turn to leave, but the captain's voice stops you. "One last thing. Beware of the shadows. They say the governor himself made a pact with the spirits of the bay. Those who enter the mansion don't return whole. If you see anything unusual, do not hesitate. Trust your instincts and get out." Before proceeding towards the mansion, you feel the need to revisit what the ghostly voice has told you. As the tide withdraws, revealing patches of shimmering sea glass in the sand, you follow their trail cautiously. Each glimmering fragment seems to beckon you forward, guiding your steps through the maze of pointed cliffs and large tide pools. Suddenly, you spot it, a secluded bay nestled between towering cliffs, hidden from prying eyes. Waiting until the tide has fully receded, you discover a path leading deep into the heart of the cove. At the far end, you find the ancient oak, its weathered trunk reaching towards the sky. Deeply carved into its bark is the unmistakable mark of Neptune's trident. You press your hand against it, feeling a subtle heat beneath your fingertips. Once you press all the way, you feel an invisible wave of energy going through your entire body. You feel renewed and protected. Remember, in the Pirate Bay, nothing is ever quite as it seems. And as you venture forth on the captain's quest, keep your wits about you. for who knows what awaits in the shadows of the governor's mansion, and what treasures or terrors you might uncover. I, certainly, hardly know anything about that. The mansion looms ahead, a grand structure draped in ivy and mystery. Tall windows, dark and foreboding, peer out like watchful eyes. You approach the heavy oak door, your heart pounding in your chest. With a deep breath, you push it open, the creak echoing through the silent night. Inside, the air is cool and thick with dust. Shadows stretch across the walls, cast by the flickering torchlight. The map in your hand indicates the first room on your right, a library filled with ancient tombs and secrets long forgotten. You step inside, the scent of old parchment and leather filling your senses. As you search the shelves, your fingers brush against a loose book. You pull it free, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside lies a key, its metal cold and heavy. Next, the map hints at a hidden passage behind the fireplace. You inspect it for anything resembling a fitting place for the key. Your heart pounding, you lose grip of the key, and it falls into its destined place on the dark carved stone tile in front of you. With a soft click, the fireplace swings open, revealing a dark, narrow stairway descending into the unknown. My dear listener, this is a point where I completely understand if you would like to go back to whatever you were thinking about doing before playing this episode. What comes next may not be for everyone. So, unless you are ready to wield your weapon, I suggest you stop right here. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen next, right? With cautious steps, you descend into the unknown, the cold air greeting you as you go. The walls are lined with flickering torches, casting long shadows that dance in the dim light. At the bottom, a vast underground chamber opens up before you, filled with treasures from distant lands. But your goal is not yet in sight. The map leads you to a pedestal at the center of the chamber, upon which lies an ornate chest. You approach it, your pulse quickening. As you reach out to open it, a figure steps from the shadows. A man with the eyes like the sea, dark brown curly hair, and a grounding, intelligent gaze. "I see you've made it this far," he says, a hint of admiration in his voice. "But the final test lies ahead. The chest contains the ultimate treasure, but it is guarded by an ancient curse. Only those with a pure heart and steadfast courage can unlock its secrets." As your fingers brush against it, the room grows colder, the shadows begin to gather. They move with an unnatural grace, their eyes glowing with malevolence. The guardians of the map have awoken. You draw your weapon, the shadows closing in. Their forms are ethereal, but their attacks are deadly. You fight with all your might, each strike dispersing the shadows just before they reform and attack again. The battle is fierce, the air thick with tension and the smell of magic. As you keep fighting, you feel your power getting weaker. Your body grows tired fighting the endless shadows. You hear a ghostly voice trying to tell you something. Out of pure confusion, you repeat what you just heard while slaying the figures, and they instantly dissipate in the air. "You've done well," he says, his voice echoing in the chamber. "But this jewel has a will of its own. It chooses its bearer. Let us see if it deems you worthy." As your hand lifts the lid of the chest, you are almost blinded by the shimmering light of 1,000 stars emanating from the mermaid's tear. You touch it and instantly feel an unstable radiance. The jewel's light does not accept you. "It seems the tear has chosen differently," the captain says. He reaches out, his hand hovering above yours. "The power of the mermaid's tear is not just about courage or strength. It's about a love profound enough to transcend time itself." As the captain's fingers close around it, the jewel's light stabilizes, glowing with a serene brilliance. His eyes, filled with a mixture of pain and resolution, meet yours. "The tear recognizes me. It knows my heart and the love I once shared with Elizabeth, the mermaid who gave it her essence." The captain's gaze turns inward, lost in memories. "Elizabeth, as I've said, was no ordinary mermaid. She was a being of pure magic and grace, and we shared a bond that defied the boundaries of our worlds. When she sacrificed herself to create the tear, she imbued it with her love and her soul. Only one who could understand and hold that love could wield its power. I had hoped that someone else might bear this burden, but the tear has spoken. It is a reminder of what I lost and what I must protect." You can see the weight of his past in his eyes. "But you have shown great courage and perseverance. While the tear may not deem you worthy, your actions have earned my respect and my gratitude." The captain shows your way back to the ship, where you begin a harmonious voyage through the night. The sky is partly cloaked in clouds, but bathed in enough moonlight to reveal the vast darkness surrounding you. Leaving the dogs behind, you and the captain sit at a sturdy wooden table on deck, a flickering candle casting a warm glow. His dark coat billows like a protective veil, and as he holds a cup of ale, His fingers glint with rings that whisper of untold adventures. He pours you a generous cup, the amber liquid shimmering in the candlelight. To the night, he toasts. You clink the cups, the rich flavor of the ale warming you against the cool sea breeze. My dear listener, I wish I could continue this story, but as I am sure you remember, you've been told to not trust anyone in here. And since you just drank the powerfully sleep-inducing mixture, you are sure to fall into the most restful and deep sleep you've had in a while. Good night.